Box tongs are basically a pair of flat bit tongs that are designed to hold a specific size of flat stock. The box refers to the upturned edges on the bottom jaw that keep the work from sliding out sideways. The lower jaw has to be laid out very carefully to make sure that you have enough material to form the box. I start by forging the first offset the way I would any other pair of tongs. And then I forge a second offset across the far side of the anvil. This offset sections off the portion of the bar that I'm going to use for the box. And then I use the corner of the anvil that has a really good radius to fuller the material in between those two offsets. And then I use a cross peen to spread out the material that I'm going to need for the box. Now I rotate the bar counterclockwise and I forge in the offset for the hinge area of the tongs. This section is identical to any other pair of tongs you're ever going to make. I use an arbor press to bend up the corners of the box. This gives me the control I need to bend a little bit on each side to make sure that the box is being formed evenly. Now all I need to do is square up all the edges at the anvil. Once the box is formed, you would go ahead and punch the eye and finish the pair of tongs the same way you would any other pair. Box tongs for larger bar stocks need to be made by welding a flat bar to the lower jaw of the tongs. I start by forging the lower jaw the same way I would for a long, skinny pair of flat bit tongs. At the very end of the bit, I forge a crook that's going to wrap around the flat bar that I'm going to use for the box. I'm not sure why I do this. I've always done it this way. I guess I originally thought that it looks better. I'm not sure. It is an extra step that you can leave out. There really isn't any reason for it. You can weld the bit any way that you want. Here you see how I've welded it and roughly ground the weld to shape. This is an arc weld. It's not a forged weld, obviously. After welding, I always forge out the bit to make sure that everything's lined up properly and the box portion of the bit lines up perfectly with the lower jaw. If you don't have an arbor press, you can start shaping the box over a swage block. I usually use a pair of dividers to give me an idea of where I need to set the fuller, and then I'll finish squaring it up at the anvil.